Hi everyone, it's Mike here. So today I have another of my handmade journal commission shares. So this was a commission from Ngaire in Australia. So Ngaire asked me to create her a safari themed journal, and she selected the nice tan book cloth as the covers for her journal. So I will open up the journal. Now this is a piece of tea-dyed sari silk. Now originally I was going to use ordinary kind of ribbon, but I emailed Ngaire to tell her that I'd got some sari silk in and would she like me to swap that instead, and she said yes please. So there you go. So she's got a nice long piece of sari silk which is sourced from ethical sources. The people who create this from old saris are paid a decent and fair wage. So I'll just go around the outside. So like I said, it's that tan book cloth. There's the metal corner edges on the front and the back, and there's also one of those book plates where Ngaire can write whatever the journal's about on the spine, or put her initials on there if she wants to. And of course it does come out so she can swap it and change it if she wants to. So I'll just open up the front so you can see. There we go. So because it's a safari themed journal, then obviously we have to have inside front covers are all done with maps. So we've got an African map, the book plate on the back one, and of course my invisible pockets to the front and to the back as well. So I've put some bits of ephemera and things on the inside for Ngaire. So there's an African map with like a travel cruise liner kind of luggage sticker on there, backed as well with like a kind of globe. There's also a little monkey, from Africa, and another little tag, and she also asked whether I would pop in a little tag of me and Mr. Bentley too, so I will also sign the back of that one. And now also I found this old map of Africa because it'll be useful for doing safaris. So I have kind of aged the back, so it's got a little bit of foxing to the edges, and I folded it as a little bit of inclusion so she can use that for journaling on or for whatever she wants to, lighting the fire or whatever. So we've got another little tuck spot here with a pocket with correspondence, letters, postcards, airmails, that kind of thing. There's also a little ephemera card in there of a lady with a magnifying glass, and looks like she's about to go on safari herself with that matching paper on the back. And then we've also got a tag of some, I've tried to include some little tags in there of animals that would be found in Africa, so for easy identification. So you've got the animal plus its proper kind of scientific classification underneath. Each one of the signatures has got a tab which says Safari Notes on it, and inside, so that sheet has got maps, African maps, and we've got grid paper, notes and observations. I've also added in some papers for vintage adverts for camping equipment. So this is what Ngaire suggested for content for the pages for the inside. So I went away and found some vintage camping equipment, field oven, can you imagine, camp stove, absolutely fantastic. And then on the back you've also got some camping equipment. You've got beds, tables, chairs to be taken, you know, for safari equipment. So going through, I've also put in some little digital stamps of little African elephants. We've also got a card with a lion, the lion, again all backed with the paper. They can be taken off and used as journaling cards or used for whatever purpose you want. So plenty of places to write, to paint, to scribble, to sketch and to doodle on. in those signatures. So each one of the signatures is wrapped with a map of Africa, and then you've actually got the full one when you get to the beginnings and ends of the next signature. So also inside there's some vintage photos of ladies and some gents further on, and there's also like a photograph of a rhinoceros that's been snapped on safari. Vintage lady just about to go off on safari, and on that side we've got like a foam map of Zaire, I think it is, and also a picture of a vintage car with 3 people sat, all dressed in their safari gear, ready to go out on expedition. So these are all fantastic little images that appear throughout the signatures in the journal. And we've also got some ephemera cards. Some are, like I say, animals, some are vintage travel posters, all relating to Africa. So I'll keep flicking through so you can see the different types of papers that you've got in the journal. Again, all tea dyed. I'll say tea dyed. It's not tea dyed. These have actually been done with ink rather than tea, so you don't necessarily get that tea smell. And because of the way they're done, they're actually permanent when dry as well. So we've also got, there's another, that lady, that vintage lady, ready for going on safari. We've also got a giraffe. Fantastic, all these little vintagey images. So, and there's something in each one. So you've even got travel posters, another picture of a rhinoceros, a zebra, from different like travel postery kind of things, all the way through the journal. Just try and flick through so you go back to your maps again. And then in this one, try and find those tuck spots, so you've got another one of those big journaling cards with that zebra on. And some more, so there's another big picture of those people ready to go out on safari, again all backed. And this time we've got a leopard looking kind of skulky. And then a gentleman with in his safari gear with a pith helmet. That was one of the images that Ngaire suggested that I used. Was, you know, pith helmets and binoculars and that kind of stuff. So for this bit we've got some vintage adverts there. Look for camping equipment and an advert for some binoculars as well, alongside the pages for the camping equipment. And we've got another safari travel poster with elephants on this time. This one's for Senegal. So all fantastic places to visit in Africa. So there we go. So all those fabulous pages. As I said before, they've got the metal corners. They've also got the header tapes, top and bottom, obviously all stitched into cloth and then covered with those pockets to the front and the back. I can't remember exactly how many pages there is in this one, but somewhere on the region of 140 to 160 pages, something like that anyway. It's difficult to remember, and there's plenty of that sari silk that can be wrapped all the way around and then retied again at the front to make a nice bow. There we go. Of course, I've made it so that it can be swapped if Ngaire wants to swap it later on for something a bit more sturdy. So there you go, that's Ngaire's Safari Journal. And since recording this video, I have posted the journal off to Ngaire, and this is a photograph of her over in Australia holding it, and she has said that she's absolutely thrilled to bits with what I've done. I'd also like to say a huge thank you to all of my angels, without whose generosity and support these videos would not be possible. Thank you.